After 3 hours of driving, I discover that I'm no closer to solving my problems than I was when I started this trip. I can't see a way to help House Moonshade, because I can't give them the air they so desperately need. At least, not at the moment anyway. It's possible that I can hide that fact from them for a few years, but eventually they'll begin to pressure me into assimilating into an alfar way of life. There's really only one thing I can think of that will partially solve my dilemma, and that involves finding a solution to Julian's curse first. I keep thinking about his words to me on the beach. "I love you, Sarah Marcel," he had whispered to me. "My heart is yours to nourish or to break. For as long as I live, I will love no one else, because no matter what happens, my life is now forever connected to yours. You are my last companion, because death is preferable to life without you in it." I didn't ask Julian to clarify his last sentence at the time because, well, who wants to screw up a great romantic gesture like that with questions that can wait to be asked? If Julian intends for me to be his last companion, that means I can't have a child. If I did, my son or daughter would inherit my family's connection to him and continue this mad cycle of companions. The only way to solve that conundrum is to figure out how to break the curse he's under and hopefully make him human again. I hold on to that thought like a lifeline thrown to a drowning person. It's the only means by which I can have a normal life with Julian. If we can have a child together, then House Moonshade will gain an heir. It might not be wholly alfar, but in desperate times, people will take what they can get. I don't see why this situation should be any different. Just as I turn off the interstate to head towards Pecan Acres, I glance over at Julian. His head is still resting on the back of his seat, but his eyes are completely open and staring straight at me. "Hey, sleepyhead," I say with a smile. "Did you have a good nap?" Julian continues to stare at me with a completely blank expression on his face. I return my attention to the road for a few seconds before looking back at him. When I do, his eyes are closed again. Did I just imagine they were open? No, I don't think so. I'm not blind, even though the only light in the car is coming from the dim ones in the dashboard. I shiver slightly as a cold hand presses against my soul. I have a horrible feeling that the entity I just spoke to was that of the girl haunting Julian, not Julian himself. Yep, the sooner we get her the hell out of my man, the better, as far as I'm concerned.